Have you ever wondered why intimacy feels different as you age? What if the secret to reconnecting with your partner isn't about trying harder, but understanding what changes your body really needs? Hi, I'm Dr. James, a specialist in men's health with over 30 years helping seniors rediscover confidence, vitality, and meaningful connection. Today, I'm revealing 5 essential sex secrets that many older men wish they had learned decades ago. Secrets that could transform your relationships and your well-being in ways you never expected. If you want honest, practical advice, tailored just for men navigating the challenges and joys of later life, then you're in the right place. Before we dive in, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss the insights and tips that could change your life. Secret 1. Embrace the truth. Spontaneity isn't what it used to be. Let me tell you about Harold. At 72, he was kind-hearted, recently divorced, and ready to find love again. When he met someone special, he hoped intimacy would come naturally like it did in his younger days. But his body didn't cooperate. He panicked, she pulled away, and he never tried again. Not because he didn't want to, but because he believed he was broken. This story isn't unique. Many men over 60 struggle silently with the same feelings: the frustration, embarrassment, and fear that come from expecting their bodies to perform like they once did. Here's the hard truth that no one tells you after 60. You can't rely on spontaneity anymore. And that's not a weakness, it's wisdom. When you were younger, desire and ability often matched without effort. You could be intimate anytime, anywhere, without a second thought. That spontaneous energy was exciting and effortless. But as we age, biology changes. Blood flow slows. Hormone levels shift. Recovery times lengthen. Trying to force the old ways can lead to disappointment, anxiety, and even health risks like heart strain or blood pressure spikes. I see it all the time in my practice: men crushed emotionally after one failed moment. Instead of understanding the natural changes, they blame themselves, retreat from intimacy, and lose connection with partners and themselves. But embracing the new reality where intimacy requires intention, communication, and preparation can open the door to deeper, more meaningful connection. Planning intimacy doesn't kill the magic, it protects it. It gives your body time to prepare, supports blood flow, reduces stress, and sets the emotional stage. When you stop expecting your body to perform on demand and start honoring its needs, you find peace, pleasure, and confidence in a whole new way. This is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a wiser, richer chapter. If Harold's journey resonates with you, type 1 in the comments below. Let's start this conversation together. Secret 2. Your erection is a window into your heart. Health, don't ignore the warning signs. Let me introduce you to David. He was 67 years old, a devoted husband, still active and working part-time. Life seemed good, but he started noticing subtle changes in the bedroom. It wasn't as easy to get or maintain an erection. At first, he laughed it off, telling himself, it's just part of getting older. But deep down, he felt uneasy. Something wasn't quite right. When he finally came to see me, I knew to look beyond the surface. We ran a full cardiac evaluation, and what we found was alarming. David had a 90% blockage in his left anterior descending artery, known as the widowmaker, one of the most critical arteries supplying blood to the heart. His erectile dysfunction was not just a bedroom problem, it was a life-saving signal. Here's why erections are essentially cardiovascular events. They depend on healthy blood flow through small arteries in the penis, which are even narrower and more sensitive than the arteries feeding your heart or brain. When blood flow slows or is blocked in these vessels, It's often the first sign that your heart arteries might also be compromised. Unfortunately, too many men dismiss erectile difficulties as simply embarrassing or normal aging. This misconception leads to dangerous delays in diagnosis and treatment. Meanwhile, the underlying cardiovascular disease silently progresses, increasing the risk of heart attacks, strokes, and even early death. Ignoring this signal isn't just risky physically, it also takes a heavy emotional toll. Many men experience a loss of confidence, increased anxiety, and emotional withdrawal. They start avoiding intimacy, pushing away partners, and feeling disconnected not just sexually, but in life. But here's the hopeful reality. Erectile dysfunction often can be reversed or improved by addressing heart health early. Lifestyle changes, medical treatment, and sometimes medication can restore blood flow and improve sexual function, and more importantly, save your life. Don't wait for a crisis to act. If you notice changes in your ability to perform, see it as your body sending a critical message, one that demands attention and care. David's story is a powerful reminder. Your erection isn't just about sex, it's about your heart. If this message resonates, type 2 in the comments below. Taking that step could be the difference between hope and heartbreak. Secret 3. Sex isn't just physical. It's emotional medicine. Let me tell you about Martin, a strong and successful 74-year-old man who came to see me not because of physical struggles, but because he felt numb inside. His wife had passed away 5 years earlier, and since then, he had shut down emotionally. Martin told me, "What's the point anymore?" But when I looked into his eyes, I saw something deeper. A profound longing for connection, for warmth, for closeness. You see, intimacy after 60 isn't just about the body. It's about your heart, your mind, and your spirit. And when that emotional connection fades, the consequences are far more serious than a lack of pleasure. Emotional intimacy is a form of medicine. Physical touch, whether from a partner or even through self-care, releases hormones like oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin chemicals that regulate mood, reduce stress, improve sleep, strengthen your immune system, and lower your risk of heart disease. When men lose this connection, whether through grief, isolation, or fear, they suffer silently. Depression, anxiety, insomnia, and even high blood pressure can follow. I've seen men age a decade in just a few years, not because of their bodies, but because of emotional starvation. But here's the good news. It's never too late to reconnect. Whether through open conversations, small moments of touch, or simply allowing yourself to feel vulnerable, emotional intimacy can restore vitality and joy. If you've been feeling distant or disconnected, remember, intimacy isn't just an activity, it's a healing force. If Martin's story moves you, type 3 below. Let's begin to heal not just the body, but the heart together. Secret 4. Pornography and unrealistic expectations are silently undermining senior confidence. Let me introduce you to Walter. He was 71, a proud retired Navy man with a strong spirit. Yet, over the years, something changed. He hadn't been intimate with his wife for nearly 4 years. The distance wasn't from lack of love, but from a habit he hardly spoke about. Walter had fallen into the trap many men quietly face, relying on pornography to fill the void. What began as a way to feel something again, a private escape, slowly became a replacement for real intimacy. Here's the painful truth. Pornography rewires your brain, your expectations, and your ability to connect emotionally and physically with a real partner. It offers endless novelty, perfect bodies, and frictionless excitement, but none of the messy, beautiful reality that true connection requires. Walter began comparing what he saw on screen to his own life. His wife's body, Her pace, her expressions, they no longer excited him. Over time, boredom turned into resentment, and then silence. Eventually, she stopped reaching out, and the gap grew wider. This is the silent cost of pornography in later life. It dulls your sensitivity, rewires dopamine pathways, and makes real touch feel less stimulating. Many men report delayed orgasms, erectile issues, or a loss of interest altogether. But it's more than physical. It chips away at confidence, connection, and self-worth. After the screen goes dark, there's often a quiet loneliness, a question whispered in the dark. What's wrong with me? Here's the hopeful news. It's possible to reclaim your natural arousal and emotional intimacy. It starts with awareness, honesty, and sometimes professional help. Real intimacy isn't perfect, fast, or easy. It's patient, messy, and deeply human. If you're feeling trapped by this cycle, know you're not alone, and there is a way back to connection, confidence, and true fulfillment. If Walter's story speaks to you, type 4 in the comments below. Together, we can find the path back to real intimacy. Secret 5, the most dangerous time to have sex is when you feel you have to prove yourself. Let me share Leonard's story. At 74, Leonard was lively, charming, and recently dating a younger woman. He joked with me once, "Doc, I've got to keep up." I warned him gently, sex after 60 isn't the same as it was at 30. It demands respect, pacing, and preparation. But Leonard, like many men, wanted to prove he was still the man he used to be. One night, fueled by pride and a bit of wine, he pushed too hard, too fast, ignoring his body's warning signs. The result was tragic. He suffered a cardiac arrest and passed away in that hotel room. This isn't about weakness, it's about wisdom. Aging changes your body, your heart, your limits. Ignoring these changes, especially in moments when you feel bold or invincible, can be fatal. Sex is a full-body event. Your heart rate rises, blood vessels dilate, and breathing deepens. It's like climbing a steep hill. Without preparation, that hill can turn into a deadly cliff. I've spoken to widows whose husbands died doing what they loved. Behind their smiles are stories of pain and loss that could have been prevented with caution and respect for the body's changing needs. Trying to prove you're still young in the bedroom can cost you far more than pride. It can cost your life. But there is power in presence, power in slowing down, listening to your body, and embracing your strength at every age. If Leonard's story resonates, type 5 below. Remember, true strength is knowing when to push forward and when to hold back. Life is a journey marked by change, some expected, some surprising. The stories we've shared today are reminders that aging doesn't mean losing who you are or what you're capable of. It means learning new ways to love, to connect, and to care for yourself and those you cherish. The real magic of intimacy after 60 isn't in trying to hold on to the past. It's in embracing the present with honesty, patience, and courage. Every step you take toward understanding your body, your heart, and your emotions is a step toward a richer, fuller life. So take this knowledge, hold it close, and share it quietly with someone who might need it, because sometimes the smallest seed of awareness grows into the greatest healing. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for choosing growth. If this message touched you, consider liking, sharing, or leaving a comment below. Your voice matters, and your story might be the light someone else needs. And if you haven't yet, subscribe and join our community where real talk, real care, and real change happen together. Here's to living with strength, love, and grace every day forward.